Hello, fellow translators. This video will have to do with finding jobs. And if you follow my other videos, you know that pros.com is a place that I recommend the most, let's say, for finding translation jobs. And that's probably still the case. But what's happening is, as I've mentioned also, LinkedIn is getting more and more popular. It's getting more and more usage. And I think soon enough, LinkedIn might become even better than pros.com at finding jobs. I still like the fact that you can post individual jobs at pros.com. They get emailed to you directly. And that's sort of what it's created for, while LinkedIn is still quite general. But LinkedIn can be very useful. So I wanted to briefly go through how to search for jobs on LinkedIn, because if this is not something you're doing regularly, then you probably should be doing so if you are a freelance translator. Because it's just very simple. So I kind of want to show you, when you go to linkedin.com, what you can do and how you can search for a job. So here, let's do something like French translator, and then here you see the results. Now I click French translator because if someone's looking for a French translator, they'll probably write in French translator, right? So here you can group it, and obviously you want the jobs, so you group the jobs. And another thing you can do here is, instead of having a place like the United States or wherever, you can write remote. And this makes it a lot better. You can also just click on remote, which is pretty much the same thing and gives you the same results, but you have either option. And this allows you to find all French translation jobs that are freelance, that are remote, so you can do them from wherever you are, no matter where the translation job itself is. For instance, this first one here is in Toronto, Ontario, so it's in Canada, but it's remote, so you can apply for it no matter where you are in the world. And even though it says in-house here, unfortunately some people in some companies will not be very good at writing down what they need, so here they have both remote and in-house, so you're going to have to sort of decipher what they mean, unfortunately. And I'm thinking that here it says location Toronto. This might actually not be remote after all. So what happens here is that you can decide to click on this so you don't see it anymore. And then you can move on. And if it's something specific, you can say what you didn't like about it, but otherwise you can just move on. Now, there's certain things, for instance, here if you scroll down further, you see here German translator. Well, that seems weird. And for some reason, here they need a German translator to curate, blah, blah, blah. But it showed up on your French translator search. I'm not sure why. I'd have to go through. Maybe they have French written somewhere here or something along those lines. But what you can do to make sure you filter this one out in the future is just write -German, which means basically this is what's called a Boolean search for those of you who follow stuff like that. But so basically you write -German, and then the German translation job doesn't show up anymore. You still have to make this one invisible. But this allows you to search for possible jobs, you know, English to French translator, English to French translator, French translator, French translator, and et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So I recommend you do something like this. And in fact, LinkedIn does even one better. You can turn on a job alert. So the job alert enables you to ensure you never miss an opportunity. So this means that whenever you have new opportunities, you'll get another email. Now, if you click on settings, you'll see here that you can manage the frequency as well. You can get daily, weekly. You can get notified via email and notification, email or notification. Notification just means that a notification pops up when you go on LinkedIn and it shows the new jobs that are there. So, and that's pretty much it. You know, you have all these jobs to choose from here. And like I said, some of them fall through the cracks. Unfortunately, you find stuff like this. And I don't know why this stuff happens. And it's usually with these bigger companies because they include all the languages they can think of. And so they pop up. So sometimes you have to either make them invisible, or you have to do stuff like -Korean, -Croatian, and that's quite annoying. But on the other hand, look, this is better than nothing. And as you start narrowing it down, it starts looking better. Still no idea why this Italian-Hungarian thing is. So you might have to start doing -Italian. Now the good news here is that if you have the job alert on, then all of this is saved for your next search. You don't have to do this every single time you search, right? And so this means that daily, weekly, whenever you want, you can get all the new jobs that exist in your language combination and jobs that are catered to you. So I really do recommend, if you're not doing this yet on LinkedIn, to start doing this, because it's a great place to find new work, find new jobs, find new regular jobs, and as well as just one-off jobs. And so this is definitely something all of you should be doing. And as I mentioned before, you should be as active as possible on LinkedIn, and this is just one of the methods to be doing so. So that's pretty much it for now, and otherwise I'll talk to you next time. Okay, thanks, bye. Savedum!